Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got a whole bunch of really cool knives to share with you guys. My buddy Levon from the Knife Nuts podcast sent me in a whole bunch of knives that are available via an event that's going on the Knife Nuts podcast website. So I'll link that right down in the description. This is the Arcona X KMP event. So check out the description if you want to check these knives out. Thanks so much to Levon for sharing this stuff with me. I don't get to keep this stuff. This is going to go back to Levon, but I have really enjoyed the last model. Well, it was one model. I actually still own it. But we'll get into that here in just a second. But I was really excited to take a look at this stuff, so thanks so much to Levon for sending it in. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. What do we have here? So a quick look at the website told me that these are all designed by Ivan. We're going to do them one at a time and keep the camera focusing on one at a time. These are all designed by Ivan B. And many knives that I have showcased on this channel through various companies have been designed by Ivan, and I've always really liked him. I like the design language. He tends to have really good blade to handle ratio, and I like the straighter lines, and so they tend to be very aesthetically pleasing. So the first one we've got here, I've got my little cheat sheet up here on the right. I think this is actually the Buran 2, Buran maybe, the KNP edition. I think, very cool. We have the green highlights. Look how they do the frame lock here. That's so cool. Yeah, this is the KNP edition. So I'm just keeping my iPad from blacking out so I don't have to put my password back in. I own this knife. I picked one of these up because I thought they were awesome. I think this particular one is sold out, but something I think is really neat is how the lock is actuated. You know, it looks like a simple nested liner lock, but you can see here it's actually pushing part of the frame over to engage, which is really, really cool. I've not seen that before, not specifically like this. I can't remember if that is it reminds me of something that I've seen with GTC in the past. Really cool though. I love the beetle here on the logo on the captive pivot. Really cool. I think we have just some oil on the blade, but nice, you know, like kind of a matte gray on the blade on some sort of media blasting, and then we have the cool titanium here. Nice green or cyan or whatever you want to call that. Really nice. Very, very cool. Next up, what do we have here? We have okay. So this is a model that I've never seen before. Really, really nice front flipper, contoured. These are, by the way, they're manufactured in China. I'm not sure who the OEM is, but we're just unboxing these and taking a look at them today. Same idea here, but the lock is totally covered by the inlay or the overlay here, which is really neat. This one also M390. Looks like the number there. These are each one has a specific number, like a limited number here. This is cool. So this is a lot larger than I thought it was going to be. And this is the, I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce this correct, the Gethyr, G-E-T-H-A-Y-R, but definitely larger than I assumed. I looked at the picture and assumed that this was a lot smaller, but no, this is pretty large. In fact, let me measure this guy, because this one I haven't, like I said, I haven't handled. 8.75 inches. That's a big knife for sure. Really satisfying. This is what I'm talking about with his designs. They tend to have a not quite 1-to-1, but fairly close to 1-to-1 ratio here between the blade and handle. And they also tend to be pretty substantial knives, usually contoured, right? The machining is done well. Whoever the OEM is doing a good job. Nice backspacer, nice pocket clip, nice big lanyard hole there. Really nice. A lot of really, really cool little details that we don't always see. Sometimes, you know, with a lot of stuff nowadays is very like it's got titanium, it's got an inlay maybe, and then it has a flush backspacer and it has a plain blade. And I appreciate that Ivan is able to capture that classic knife profile, but still add some flair and some zazz and some spice, right? Little tiny details that, you know, people who are spending this type of money enjoy or appreciate seeing. So the next one up here is, this is the Buran in fat carbon. So it's the same idea, but you have the fat carbon front scale, solid fat carbon in this case. It's kind of an orangey red. That's okay. I think I personally like the full titanium better. This is substantially lighter weight. Substantially light. I mean, obviously, since you have You know, this whole scale being a carbon fiber front scale. It's also a front flipper, whereas this one here is only a rear flipper. This is one of the rare times where I actually prefer this specific front flipper to this specific rear flipper. But I think both of these I would personally deploy with the little opening hole there. Yeah, that's cool. Same idea back here. Then we have the nice polished pivot collar, plain titanium backspacer, right? Very cool. So again, that was the Buran. I guess not the Buran 2, just the Buran. So I wonder, is mine? So mine's just the plain Buran, meaning mine is front flipper only. Okay, interesting. Next up, we've done these three. Yeah. Next up, what do we have here? We have a smaller one, actually a smaller one. So this guy is the W-U-O-T-A-N. Is it Wotan? Is it Wotan? It's not Wotan. Is it Wotan? I know I'm wrong. Whatever I'm saying is definitely wrong. We have the textured inlay here, which is also carbon fiber. Nice purple backspacer. I do like purple as an accent color on top of titanium. I mean, honestly, whether the titanium is coated or not coated, black or gray or whatever, purple tends to be a really nice accent color. Nice big slot here so that you can reverse flake it. All these feel really, really good. Nice flipper tab there. Very cool. So, oh yeah, I already said the name there, the Wotan. This is cool. It's just smaller in comparison with the other models, but it's not small. I mean, this is almost certainly still at least 8 1/4. Yeah, it's 8 1/4 on the dot. With, with a 3.75 inch blade, really? Get that exactly right. Very nearly a 3.75 inch blade with very nearly 3.75 inches of cutting edge. You've probably noticed that the grind changes out here. So we have, I don't know if I'd call it a sheep's foot with, what do we call this? Would we call it a modified sheep's foot? Is that the way to say it? I'm not really sure. This flipper tab, I keep wanting to light switch like this, but I'm realizing it feels a lot better to just push button it. Truthfully, again, I would probably just, I would probably do the reverse flick on it. KMP edition 1 of 8 in M390. So is that right? 1 of 8. They did not make very many of those. Okay. Truthfully, these arrived to me, I think, on Saturday. And then I am finally opening them a few days late. So some of these are going to be gone. I'm still trying to get these guys, in front of your faces here as quickly as possible. The final one, this one might be my favorite. Oh, I really like that. What is this material? Is this carbon? Is it all carbon fiber? God, that looks good. What is this? Jeez, hold on. This is the Gethyr 2. Gethyr? So it's this one, but it's the number 2. Yeah. Gethyr 2 KMP edition. But what is this? Exclusive carbon fiber. Why does this carbon fiber look so different? That's really, really nice. The purple bits. So a lot of the colored carbon fiber, it looks like this, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with this, right? It just kind of has that matte, like low reflectivity. This looks like little tiny bits are polished, like little gems or something that are lodged in the weaves of the carbon fiber. Sorry, that stupid doorbell always cuts my videos off. But yeah, this is pretty spectacular. Whatever this is or whoever's making this carbon fiber, I think this looks a lot better than, a lot of the stuff we typically get. So, and yeah, it's essentially, it's the same idea as the one. It's just all carbon fiber, making it lighter, and it's got to be a better balance because that one's pretty close to the pivot. Yeah, and this one's back here. So probably 1/2 inch difference in terms of balance there, if that matters to you. Yeah, that's really cool. Nested liner lock there. And do we have, I bet it's a steel lock. Yeah, correct. So steel and then titanium on the other ones. These are all really cool. I like these a lot. Again, Ivan B designs, really, really nice. I like that we have all these different versions. Hopefully some of these are still available. by the time you guys see this video. Like I said, not all of them are available, but hopefully you can get the version that you want. I'll try to do reviews. I'm probably going to stick to these models here, given that I've already kind of touched on these. And these will have to go back to Levon fairly quickly. But I would like to take a look and talk about some of these. So hopefully they do more collabs like this in the future. I mean, Knife Nuts Podcast, if you're not familiar with Knife Nuts Podcast, obviously, subscribe, listen to their podcast. It's great. But they do a lot of, collaborative stuff. So this won't be their last thing. And I very much doubt that they'll stop working with Ivan anytime soon. So if you miss out on this, probably some future stuff in your future. Sorry, that was redundant. But anyways, thank you so much to Levon for letting me take a look at these. They're all really nice. This one's definitely my favorite. Definitely. So anyways, stay tuned for at least one review. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.